Now we're live.
We are. We are live, and no one can see me
No.
because my camera's busted. Sorry, gang, my camera is busted. Oh, I gotta notice that Geekgasm is live. Hello, Lola.
How are you today?
Oh, you know how I am, but I'm fine. I'm going to be fine as soon as I get my camera to work properly.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
get working on that.
yeah. I meant to do it today, but so many other things took my uh all the time that I had. So
Like that sleep.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you didn't even drink last night.
Yeah, I got a lot of sleep. Yeah, if you didn't know, we're doing a new thing here on the show where Lola puts in she gets tips, and as such those tips will those tips will make her drink. So she has to take a shot for every tip she gets, every $5 tip she gets. Uh, so yeah, it's
Yep.
fun. It's fun time. We just try to get Lola drunk is all. That's all. So anyway, yeah. So this is Geek Guy. Hit the intro and come back with what we're going to talk about today. Are you ready?
And introduce yourself after
Of
that.
course. Of course. Of course. Are you ready?
Yep.
Intro time.
That's a quick intro.
It is. It is. It is. It's not very long. Introduce yourself to the people.
Oh, sorry, I'm tired, guys. I drank a lot last night. But I am Lola. I am the co-owner of Last Call Comics, and I am the host of Geekgasm, where we talk about all kinds of things related to the industry, the comic book industry, mainly the female's point of view, because guys talk about it all the time, so females need to talk about it too. So that's why I'm here.
I don't think that's fair.
Why not?
I think that the male point of view in comics is superior. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I do
We
think
can't
that,
even hear you because you're muted.
oh, I'm not. Okay. Fixing that right now. I think that the male point of view in comics is superior. I believe that the female point of view in comics is full of. I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. But no, I do think that the female voice in comics is important. But uh, having said that, I do think that there are some voices on both sides that need to shut up.
Yes, definitely.
So you uh, want to ask you because again, you're doing your new tip jar. That is the tip jar next to you.
It is.
Yeah. Could you point to the tip jar? Could you point to it?
There, where? Oh,
Are you
that
not
way.
pointing? Are you pointing on the screen? Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um. So yeah, it is.
I've had a long night.
Yeah, it is a new tip jar, and it will fill up with coins. And if anyone wants to know how to get to that tip jar, it is very, very simple. All you need to do is go here. I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
And I got wonderful shots ready to go.
Yeah. Oops. No, I'm not gonna put it right. Put in the regular comments. So your title, your subject today is if cosplayers need um
Protection from the con promoters.
well, yeah, not protection from the con promoters, but if the con
Well, if
promoters.
the con promoters need to protect the cosplayers.
All right, so we're talking about providing protection from the cosplayers. And Connie Pinson, aka the Comic Con mom, says both males and females. Yeah, I think that listen, I think that there does need to be um, someone on staff that handles complaints, complaints of harassment, complaints of inappropriate touch, complaints of just general harassment. I mean, you've been harassed at shows. You've had
I
some.
have, but I really didn't complain about it.
Mhm.
I
You.
mean, I've been touched, I've been grabbed,
Mhm.
but honestly, I just think it goes with. It's sad to say, but I think it just happens at cons. But then you got females mainly that wear barely nothing and then make accusations up too. So in a way, I think con promoters are tired of it.
So you think that the girls who and the guys, the people who cosplay and maybe go to the cosplay, because I mean, it's getting, in my opinion,
Out of hand?
a little out of hand. Of like, there's no definition of what some of the harassment is. I mean, I don't think you should touch anybody without permission. You don't touch anyone without their permission. Please get, most of these cosplayers will be happy to take a photo for you.
Yeah.
I've never had a cosplayer tell me no, ever. To the end.
No. I just had celebrities tell me no.
Yeah, but we get that. I mean, yeah, that's Rob Anderson. What's up in the Geekgasm world? Hello, Rob. How's it going? We get that. We get cosplayers. I mean, and celebrities saying no, but a cosplayer, I've never had a cosplayer say no. And I think everybody's in agreement that no person should be able to go put their hands on a cosplayer or anybody at a con without, consent. Now, that's fine. But my issue becomes when we start stretching the definition or expanding the definition of harassment without us having I guess even a vote. I know it sounds silly to say, but a vote. Now it's picture taking. You didn't ask to take my picture. That's harassment. I want you removed from the show.
Yeah, and then you get the ones that say, "Oh, you made a comment towards me," sexual harassment.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of the complaints. I mean, if you walk past me and you're dressed in a gosh, I don't know, a barbed wire outfit, and I'm like, hey, nice, excuse my language, but nice, tits. I mean, I would expect her to say, "What the heck did you just say to me?" Because I would not say that on the street. Might think it.
Some people might.
I might think it, but I'm not gonna say
But I
it.
mean, you got the ones that you just look at them and maybe smile or something, and they get their panties up in a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's true. But the reason what brought this conversation up is because there is, and I don't want to say any names because it could prove to be a bunch of malarkey. But I want to read it to everybody. And I'm going to read this. And it was in a group that I'm in. I'm not going to put it on screen because I don't want to put anybody's name out there. But the message goes, on Saturday, I attended the volunteers meeting at Blank Comic Con, which is an event created and organized by blank blank. It says during the meeting, many people were made uncomfortable and yelling even broke out about his stance on sexual harassment of female cosplayers at the convention. He made it very clear that he was in charge and what he says goes. And his stance is that volunteer staff must do nothing to intervene and take absolutely no action to de escalate if they observe acts of harassment unless a formal complaint is made. The exception to this rule is that if we see a cosplayer accepting money for photos, we must intervene because then they're a vendor and we need to get a cut. Harassment in this case includes following people around, unwanted picture taking, and unwanted physical contact. His position was that we were likely going to see women faking harassment in order to attack the convention, quote unquote, and quote unquote, take it down. He believes that there are organized groups trying to destroy his convention to build up their own. This isn't my speculation. He used that as a reason to not proactively intervene. To be clear, I have no affiliation to any other conventions of any type. I just thought it would be fun to volunteer. That's a statement that I read. That is troubling, I would say, deeply troubling. What do you think about that? I mean, okay, so we had discussion on Indie Vote Live, but a person has a cosplayer takes money. It has become a vendor, and now that's when you want to interact, you want to intervene. Then, hey, wait a minute, I gotta get. I mean, how does Randy say it? I gotta get my taste.
Everybody wants their taste nowadays.
So, is that a problem?
I mean, I understand where he's coming from,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I think he should try to protect anybody that attends his show. If I put on a show, I want all the people that are there to be safe.
Mhm.
I just feel that it's my responsibility.
Mhm.
I mean, I know there is security guards and stuff walking around.
Mhm.
So maybe instead of going to the volunteers, because the volunteers, honestly, at most cons that I go to, they don't do much. So go to a security guard instead.
Right. So you would rather than go with the security guard, and then I could get that. I
Yeah.
could understand.
Because, I mean, there's a bunch of security guards walking around. So they should just go there instead. Or don't do his show. If you don't like how he runs it, don't do it.
But I want to do the show.
Then you got to deal with what his rules. You just have to. Whether you like him or not. That's just what he wants.
You're not being fair to me. I have. I get you. I understand totally what you mean. I think that there's a point where we have to um, understand that these people are these people are creating a environment in comics where both sides. Some people are being very. I don't want to use the wrong term here. I don't want to get you in trouble, but some people are being very soft-handed, and other people are being, ridiculous. And both, I mean, that you can that is interchangeable for either side. I just don't think that if I take a picture of you, you're walking, you know, you're walking on stilts. You're 2 aisles from me. I get a shot of you on stilts, and now you want to call me, or you want to you because you notice that go get security and tell them I took a picture of you, without your permission. That's I think that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I think every convention needs to have rules in place.
Now you walk in a convention and you take a picture of somebody in the bathroom, yeah, you're getting kicked out. In fact, I'd be all for it. I hate to say it, I'd be all for taking that person's camera, deleting the photos, and then giving them back to them. But you know, that's I mean, that was the next thing. We'll have people going to bathrooms taking pictures of cosplayers, or and maybe we could do that. We could have a cosplayer only bathroom at some of these shows.
Yeah, instead of the same gendered bath or mixed gendered bathrooms, we should have cosplay bathrooms.
I think some of the cosplayers might be interested in that. I don't know many cosplayers that I could go ask right now, but I'm pretty sure some of them would like that. They would like the idea of a mixed, not a mixed gender, but a cosplayer bathroom, which would probably be mixed gender because but or they could have a male female cosplayer bathroom. But I think that would maybe cut down on some of the things that are being complained about. And
Not really.
I think in this case, though, I think a convention promoter does owe it to the convention attendees to be protected.
Yeah.
I would like to know that I'm going to get somebody in there who's going to be winding people down from the start. If you're at a table and someone walks away, I know that you want to be able to feel that if someone reaches over and grabs a handful of butt, that you can go complain and get that person removed as long as they're still in the venue.
I mean, because just because you're not a vendor doesn't mean you didn't pay money. People that attend these shows pay money to get in.
Job and jump. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
I-
So, I mean, he makes it seem like he's just about the money, but then you got the attendees, they pay money.
Mhm.
Sometimes a lot of money if it's a VIP.
That is true. That's true. VIPs can pay up to what, like 150 to 200 for a
I know one show we were at, I heard them talking about they got a VIP package and it cost them $600.
Jeez, I had to come with a lot of perks.
It was for Stanley.
I don't.
It came with a lot of stuff for Stanley.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can.
But I
Not sure
think
I can.
everybody should be protected, not just the vendors. It should be a safe environment for everybody.
Right, right, and it should be. You're right about that. It should be a safe environment for everybody, and not just that, but it should be one where again we have to do. Uh, you have to believe. You have to believe people, but you also have to have proof. So if someone says, "Hey, I was grabbed by this guy," there's enough cameras. I've seen people get some vendor who sells toys get a statue stolen, and they get the video footage of it.
Mm-hmm.
If a cosplayer gets grabbed, get the footage because that will help even if they want to make a civil case of it later on. I had a cosplayer who got her front parts grabbed. Okay, I mean I say it because I'm laughing because I don't know a better word to say, but she got her lower
Yeah, her lady parts.
yeah, her lady parts grabbed by a guy. He you know and she didn't like it. She was mortified for a good like 2 hours. She just sat down behind the table and you know uh, basically was shocked. And there's no video footage of it. There's nothing she can do besides complain to security, and their thing was, "Oh, that sucks. Give us a description of the guy." And they did. To security's credit, they came over. They got a description of the guy. They got they knew what he was wearing, what he looked like.
But see, that's the security guards. Volunteers don't do anything.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Also, I wonder if he's saying volunteers don't get involved because
Legal actions.
because he's legally, you know, on the hook if they get into a fight, with somebody. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think volunteers should get involved. Like I said before, leave it up to security. Go to security.
Mhm.
Volunteers are mainly just for like if you're trying to look for a certain table, or like when I was at the show in Florida, I was super lost twice. So I had to find a volunteer to tell me which way to go.
Right. So you have a volunteer told you because I remember that there were two styling booths, I believe, was the situation.
Yeah, and they kept confusing me because we were by one of them,
Mhm,
but there was two of them, and the hall was huge,
mhm.
and it was our first year there, so
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was going at all, and I kept getting lost.
Okay. Um, Rob says, "You saw I had a creator threaten to call authorities on me for free hugs and spank time. People just want to tell others how to live and look to be offended, and it affects real issues." Very good point, Rob. Yeah,
Yeah,
and Rob gets
he gets harassed a lot.
yeah,
I feel bad for him.
yeah, Rob gets he gets he gets Jesus. I feel bad for the guy. I know I'm laughing, Rob, but you get really, really like hammered and as far as you know, people have threatened to call CPS on this man. People have threatened to call just the cops at a show to get him removed. It gets really bad.
And just on appearance, though, they don't even know what his book is about. I've read 2 issues so far.
Mhm. And you said for you, it was when you read it, and Tim put words in your mouth here, but you said it was more informative than anything.
It was.
Mhm.
There was no fetish agenda, which people keep trying to say. I've heard someone say that he's trying to push it off on kids. No, he's not.
So Rob's not recruiting.
No, not at all. He's trying to inform people because there's so many people that want to get into that lifestyle or curious about the lifestyle,
Mhm.
but bad things can happen to them because they don't know about it.
Right. I get you. I would understand that. I guess for me, the the problem would be that like when you got a book like Rob's there, people are gonna always say, "Oh goodness, this book is pornography." There used to be a time where they would put people in a corner. They would put artists like who had more, not a corner, but a section where they would put artists who had more adult material in a section where it was kind of like adults only or more mature comics. They no longer have that. Comic Con has become a rather than a hobbyist event, it's become a family event. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But
I have my opinions about that too.
yeah, we know. Let's get to a question here. We got a question from Germs. It says, if a female wants to use sex appeal, and this is related to our topic last week on Geekgasm. If a female wants to use sex appeal to sell her comics in this industry, more power to her. Just don't complain when you get dick pics from horny fanboys instead of reviews about your work. Sure.
Exactly.
Um,
I can't agree with her more.
I don't know if that's a girl or a female, but
Oh,
yeah, that's Germs.
I can't agree with them more. They are so true.
I-
There's so many females that use their sex appeal to get what they want or push a certain thing, and then complain when their fans send them provocative pictures.
okay, you say that, and right now, as we speak, you've got size H girls sticking out there. Are you going to be offended when you get dick pics in the mail?
I get them every day,
Yeah,
and I don't complain.
yeah. It's you just kind of let it. Has anybody? There has been times though, as a female, that you kind of turned your phone off, right? Or you're like, okay, I can't deal with this today.
Yeah, I mean, I get in those moods where I just don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've seen your Facebook. It clearly says you're married.
Yeah.
There's still people who are like, "Hey, baby, you're beautiful. Can you call me? Can I call you?"
And Facebook is tame compared to what my Instagram is.
Yeah.
My Instagram, if you go on my DMs, it's dick pics all day long.
Okay. So you have to,
or videos. I've gotten videos.
so there are days where you're like, okay, enough of this. I can't deal with it. And you kind of just, I've seen some girls get mad. And throw their phones away, toss their phones over their
But why get mad if you're using sex to sell something?
Yeah, that's true.
It really irritates me when females do that.
Mhm. So you think you can't just turn it on and off? You can't just, I mean, okay, I have a question for you then.
Mhm.
Let's say, um, okay, let's say that my favorite one of my okay, let's say I have an adult star that lives next door to me.
Okay.
She makes adult films, and I know it, and she's open with this. She tells me she makes adult films, and I run across her adult films. Do I have a right to go knock on her door with the adult films and ask her to sign them for me?
No.
No. So like, you don't think I should be able to say, hey, Sasha Grey, I got like 80 films here. Could you sign these DVDs for me, please? You're one of my favorites.
No. But I mean, if you guys were like outside and you were casually having a conversation
Mhm.
and somehow that got brought up,
Mhm.
then yeah, go ahead and ask.
Could you please give me
But I mean, most people know the other side of what I do.
Well, okay. My question, I mean, as a cam girl though, like, do you get tired of people sending you pictures and photos of penises, and do you go off on them?
No, I do not go off on them
Okay.
because I am a cam girl.
Okay. So you
I
don't
am
go
selling sex.
okay. You don't go
So
off on them, but I don't say that you sell sex because it's very tame compared to what some of these
it,
girls do.
yeah, I'm not like a porn star or nothing like that, but
But these girls, like some girls, and even the girls in comics who are making comics, some of them maybe they show off a lot of cleavage, or they show off a lot of leg, or they dress in a very provocative manner.
don't get mad.
Do you think they're cheapening their art? Do you think they're cheapening their product by doing that? Because does it become then about, oh, I'm buying this comic from this girl because she's hot, and not so much because it's a good book?
My viewpoint on that is, hey, however you sell your product is how you sell your product. Get it to move.
Yeah.
If a guy wants to buy something from you because you're showing some cleavage, or you got nice legs, or you're wearing a mini skirt, or whatever you're wearing, then if that's what you're going to use to sell your stuff, go for it. But don't complain when your fans send you those pictures because you know what you're doing.
Rob says, unsolicited dick pics should be against the law. Happened to promote Barber Unleashed. I would not doubt that, Rob. That
Well, I'm sorry for you, Rob, but
I just imagine Rob getting pics.
I don't feel the same way you do.
Rob, does anybody think you're Barbara? Does anybody think like you're a female? And they're like, he's probably Barbara because you know. If I think I can imagine. Well, I bet you she's writing on a female name. See, Barb sounds like Robert, and his name is Rob. That's her female name. Barbara. It's Barbara. I'm going to send her pictures of my junk, my flaccid junk. Look, Barbara. Poor Rob.
I don't agree with that statement. If a girl is using her goods to sell her product, do not get upset if you get pictures like that because you are selling pretty much sex.
Lola said you're asking for it. No.
Yeah.
Well,
honestly,
I don't think they're asking for it too. I think that they're
then cover up.
Yeah.
Don't oil up your boobs. Don't put your boobs on display. Don't wear the little mini skirts with the high heels.
Listen at her.
Don't do it if you don't want those types of pictures.
Well, okay. If a girl chooses to do that though, and she's not, that's why she feels comfortable. Is it okay if she feels comfortable and then she gets mad? I don't like. I'm a sex beast. I don't expect girls to send me pictures of their boobies, but it happens. It happens so often.
Does it?
I open up my email. I open up my web browser, and
How is this the first time I'm learning about this?
I have to go to websites to see them, but I go to websites and I see these and I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl is showing me her products. No, I get what you're saying though. I do think that there are, if you are putting that out there, maybe you need to understand that you're gonna get. If that's what you're gonna get, and now if you're not using that, if you're not doing that, if that's not your intention, and somebody is making you feel uncomfortable, then you are well ready to say, hey, this makes me feel uncomfortable. But
and just block them.
Yeah.
Don't make a big deal about it. Don't put them on blast. Don't post their pictures and their names and all that. Don't do that. Because as much as they're making you feel uncomfortable, if you do that to them, you're embarrassing them.
And they can snap.
Yes.
They come find you.
Just block the person.
Yeah. I know.
It's that simple.
I know a young lady who actually had to move out of her apartment. She had to move a few cities away because she had embarrassed a gentleman. And I say gentleman, but what he was doing was pretty bad. I don't want to kick his ass too, but he was sending her pictures nudes, and he was sending her all kinds of really twisted things. And she went online and she had blocked him, but she went online and she posted, some things about him.
You don't do that. That's where you've gone too far.
Right, his name and his phone number. He got that information somehow, but 2 days later, he emailed her address and phone number, and basically with the emails that you want to keep playing with me, and she quickly moved. She had to, give up her security deposit, her apartment, and everything, and she had to leave because she was terrified that he was.
But she did that to herself. She went too far.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, people arguing. You hear?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's upset.
Yeah, standards and practices.
He doesn't like the conversation we're having. No, he doesn't agree.
I agree with both sides. I think there is a point where it gets to be too much, and I think that's where you have to unplug. You have to. I know when people carry two phones. I know people carry a business phone and a personal phone, and
I actually have two phones.
Yeah, if that helps you, great.
It does. I would recommend it to anybody that does that, that deals with those types of people. Have two phones. Have one for business, have one for your everyday phone. You're making phone calls and everything else.
When you're at a Comic-Con, do you have to go into a persona when you're at Comic-Con? Like, do you find yourself getting flirted with at Comic-Con a lot?
Not a lot, but I do.
Mhm,
I wouldn't say it's overwhelming,
mhm.
but yeah.
Is it have you ever made you feel uncomfortable at Comic-Con?
No,
I mean, except for the time I remember you got your butt grabbed.
I did, but that was walking through the line.
Mhm. So
I
you
was
weren't
walking through the crowd. I was walking through the crowd,
mhm,
and I've been touched twice. Both times walking through the crowd.
right. And you didn't feel like it was time to go. You didn't say it's time to go. You didn't say it's time to
No, I continued going where I was going. I was actually going outside.
mhm. I think let's see here. I want to break down my question for you. All right, here we go. Oh, let's Rob says, as a man, I have been told I cannot wear tank tops. I sexualize myself, but it's wrong to do. A tank top. Too many prudes in the world. Yeah,
That's all I wear.
Rob, you got those big guns, you know. A lot of guys they feel a little
They're jealous of you.
yeah, they're
That's
just
all it is.
wants to bring the tickets to the gun show. You know, it's um next question is from Germs as well. He asked he said you should read hentai. It's manga but for the sexy people. He wants you to read hentai manga.
I will try it.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. It's hentai. It's free online for the most part. Um, do you think that we have turned a corner though? Like I know you said you don't want to get on about cons being for families, but do you think we've turned a corner where we're gonna have to start having separate cons? Like, hey, this is an adult Comic Con. This is for adults. Don't bring your children. Anybody 18, anybody under 18 will be refused entry.
I think that's a good idea. But at the same time, you can also do it where Friday and Saturday are for adults.
Hmm.
Sunday, kids can come. Sunday, put away the adult comics or whatever.
I mean, 'cause the thing is, the minute you say, "Okay, we're having an adult con," people are people are gonna associate that with pornography.
Porn. Mm-hmm.
What's going on in there? I hear they got naked girls walking around there, and that might not be the case. It could be something totally unrelated from that type of situation. But I mean, if you slap the word adult con on a con, is that going to be an issue? Is that going to? I mean, will it hurt your bottom line? It's going to hurt your gate numbers. I mean, I would think that's
Not
going to.
necessarily. I mean, no one's really done it, so we don't know.
Mhm. Just that
But I don't think it would.
it's a good old fashioned adult Comic Con. That'd be cool.
We need some.
I like to see what would happen. I like to see if people are gonna bring out. I don't know. The funny thing is, I don't know a lot of people with adult content. I mean, the adult content creators would definitely come there, but I don't see why people without adult content would come there because so many times, you know, you see hate to say it, but I've said it on the show before. You see the father, he's walking through the Comic Con.
And he looks so sad and miserable.
Yeah, he's got like the wife with him, and she's brought all three kids. And maybe he just wanted to come to Comic Con with one of the oldest son and kind of cut loose. But now he's got to bring the whole family. And you know, and by cut loose, I mean he wanted to kind of relive that childhood of looking at books and you know,
Just enjoy himself.
yeah, just share it with his, you know, his 10-year-old, 9-year-old son. And now he's brought the whole family because it's a family event. And now, you know, yeah, I was gonna spend $75, but the wife is looking at me now, so I'm not gonna spend that money. And
I remember when I first started doing shows with you, and there wasn't a lot of families.
mhm,
It was just a bunch of guys, and I mean, it was a good shows.
mhm.
I got a lot of pictures taken of me. but I didn't mind.
Yeah. Rob Anderson has shared the link. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
Have you ever felt though like do you feel safer now than you did back then?
Honestly, I think it's gotten worse.
Mm, that's interesting. You think that it got worse? You think that when you got in, you felt safer. Now you feel worse. Yeah, you feel less safe now.
Yeah, I really do.
Now explain that to me. I mean, do you feel like you feel like there's possible rape now, or do you feel like there's more sneaky touching, or what's the case now?
Sneaky touchy
Mm,
when you're walking through the crowds.
mm,
Because before, guys weren't afraid to ask a female, hey, can I get a picture of you?
mm.
Now it seems like they're all scared. So now you got the guys, when it's a crowded show and you're walking through the crowd, I'm going to touch her real quick.
Mm.
She won't know that I did it. Because there's so many people around you. You're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah. Rob says, so book of killer and horror, full of torture and blood, is cool. Deadpool is an assassin. Harley Quinn is a sex crazy woman who has daddy issues. But if you have a book about adult interactions, everyone loses their minds. Eh, I mean that is.
It's true.
I mean, because nowadays we have Harley Quinn. The characters have been so divided up between different age medias. I mean, there's Harley Quinn, superhero girls, where she's just a fun-loving clown girl. And then there's
You had the Harley Quinn that was with Poison Ivy.
yeah,
And I think that's what they're trying to push on the new show.
well, I'm okay with that. look, hey. Nothing's wrong with a little Harley Quinn Poison Ivy romance now. It's all romantic, you see.
They're just messing with Harley too much. Don't get me started on that either. Harley's like my favorite character. I'm actually going to see Birds of Prey tomorrow. I'm not excited about it, but we'll see.
You have a shirt?
I do have a shirt, but it's Harley's face. I love Harley. I get everything Harley.
Rob says it's mainstream showing up, and it's not comics fans. It's cool kids. Yeah, I mean, has comics though, Rob? You think comics have been pushed to the cool kids too much now? Like now, it's cool to be a geek. Rob says America needs to be sex positive.
They do. They act like sex is a bad thing, and it's not.
It's horrible. It's horrible. You can't get it, so I don't like it.
That's pretty much how people are acting. Like, if they're not getting it, it's horrible, and no one else should do it.
I want you guys to remember one thing. Sex when you're a geek is like sex in high school or sex in prison. Like sex when you're a geek is like sex in prison. The sex you want, you ain't getting. The sex you getting, you don't want. I made a prison rape joke. That's unfortunate. You're gonna lose ratings for that, but
it probably will.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
I'm surprised I haven't got any donations yet for my shots.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I put the link out there. I think people like the other link better, but the other link doesn't show pretty little things falling down in the cup. I will put the link back up there though. Give me 1 second. I'll put it back up. Let's see here. All right. Oh, why is it messing up for me?
It doesn't like you.
It does not. It doesn't. It'll be nice when I can just remember it, and I'll constantly put it up. And I could do that. What am I thinking? Gosh, it makes it so easy for me now, and I keep forgetting. If you want to send Lola a tip, you could do so by going to that link that is posted, streamlabs.com/indievolt/tip, and you can put in, and you can put in a tip for Lola, and she will get it, and she will drink. Yay! She drank a lot last night. And
yeah, I'm still hungover from last night. Right before I got on air, I was puking my guts out.
Luckily, she doesn't have to do it. Like, luckily, she's not on a breakfast buzz. She's lucky.
Oh, I will be sleeping tomorrow. You guys will not see me on the breakfast buzz. I'm sorry. I'll be buzzed in bed.
Haven't you done a breakfast buzz?
I did a surprise appearance, yes. I was bored and I couldn't sleep, so I just jumped on.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember this. Okay, Rob says, not too much, but it's bringing in people who don't know the culture, uh, drunk and act out like they do at bars.
Yeah, because they just want to see the celebrities, and now that cons offer alcohol, it's gotten out of hand.
Well, okay, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
There's nothing wrong with alcohol at Comic Cons.
Until it gets spilled all over your stuff on the table because the girl is too drunk to do anything.
I put my art behind protective covering, as I would tell any other artist to do. Also, alcohol helps loosen the pockets. I've sold some books that I know good and damn well I may have not sold if that person wasn't drunk. And I'll tell you this, drunk people tend to pay you in cash so they can't go back and recharge and charge it off. Other thing is, I, I the I do feel that the alcohol at some of these conventions is too expensive. It's in
Yeah.
competition with my books. I mean, you buy my book for $5, you can buy a drink. For $8. I asked for a Long Island once, and the guy told me $32.
For a small cup.
Yeah, for a small Long Island, and I was like, I am. This con is not that bad for me to want to pay $32 for that drink. Is that the stiffest Long Island ever? I can go over to Don Riggio's table and get hammered for free.
Right?
So yeah, we bring our own alcohol to cons now. But yeah, I will admit you guys need to understand that when you come into cons, please, 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 if you're gonna drink before or during the show, please remember that when you walk through Artist Alley, there's a lot of
Expensive stuff.
something took time for people to create.
Oh,
Um,
did I freeze? I
no,
did.
yeah, it took time. Someone took time to draw that, to create that, and when you put your perspiring beverage down on that piece of artwork, you could be damaging it. And don't be surprised if they're like, I want money. Yes, Rival Steve says 32 for a Long Island. Yeah, that's what I said. I think I may have stuck the MF word in there too. I remember when I came back, I was like, $32. I told Lola, and she was like, you didn't buy it, did you? I'm like, hell no, I didn't buy it. I'm just broke. Yeah, $32 for a Long Island was remind me to tell you the time I spent $40 for a drink called a Miami Vice. And Brandon Quickly, who's not on the show, but
Oh, you're gonna out him?
yeah. Let me tell y'all a story. So I went to Wizard World Chicago, and Brandon Quickly,
Before he met me.
yeah, before I met Lola, and he kept talking about this drink he'd had on a cruise called a Miami Vice. And so I went to the bar, and Brandon said, "You ought to try it. You ought to try it." And I told the guy, and the guy said, "Well, what's in the drink?" And Brandon told the bartender, and the bartender mixed all this shit up, and he comes back and he hands me the drink, and it's like $45. And uh, I remember like being sticker shock, man, that's a lot of money. And I'm gonna message Brandon. I'm talking about him real bad on the show. Hey, he should hear from me. Let's see here.
Let's see what Rob has to say. While you're doing that, Rob says women get drunk and they hit on, and it's weird. I can't read tonight.
He says, Rob says, women get drunk and they hit on it, and it's weird. They asked me, what did you write, Rob?
See, it's not just me.
What I would do to them, or with them. Also, they asked Rob, what would you do to me if we were alone? What would you do with me? Oh, they want to have a sexy party. He says it happens often. What happened with my drink though was that so we brought a young lady with us who was interested in the comic scene, and she called me crying because her boyfriend had been injured, and she was up in the hotel room. So I stepped out of the bar, and I'm having this conversation with her because I couldn't hear because the bar had TVs on. It's a bar inside the hotel, and I come out, I come back out, and I finish, and I come back in the bar, and there's this old lady drinking out of my drink, like just, and I'm like, what the hell? And she looks at me, she says, "Oh yeah, baby, me and my husband trying to get freaky up there in the room." I said, "Wait a minute, let me go get me a drink." And I'm looking like she done had her old perverted lips around my drink, and Brandon gave it to her. So I had one of those Mike Lowry moments. You know, remember when Martin shot his Marcus shot his the dashboard of his car up. He's like, "Oh, somebody got your money. Somebody got your money." I said, "You know what? You go ahead and keep that drink. I'm gonna get me another one. I'm gonna get me another one." Brandon bought my other drink. You know, he knew he
Was it good at least?
at least he bought me another drink.
Was it good?
It was delicious. It was delicious, but not for $45. That's a lot of money.
It is.
Steve says, like when any event where you get tipsy stoned, it's all about moderation and being honest with your limits. Yeah, I mean, as long as you know, hey, you know what? I am beyond gone. You know, Lola found that out last night. She knows her limits now. No, yeah,
Yeah,
Lola
about
doesn't
10
drink,
shots.
Lola doesn't drink Jägermeister anymore because she's learned her limits. Jägermeister makes Lola
Do naughty things.
allergic to clothing. Just say it that way. So yeah, she finds out she's allergic to Jägermeister, which causes her to break out in nudity. So we keep Lola away from Jägermeister. I do think though that when you go to Comic Cons, yeah, I mean, I've gone to some Comic Cons that are dry. I've gone to some Comic Cons that have alcohol sales from noon to close. Um, I've never bought a beer at a show myself because I mean, it just don't. It's just not worth it. Um, it's like $8, $9. I used to work at the Palace of Auburn Hills, and I'll tell you guys right now, I don't know what it is about beer and people, but for some reason, when a guy gets drunk at the Palace, that's where the Pistons used to play, and there's a there's a concert venue here in Michigan. These people would get beer, and they would think they could fight us all. And it's like there's our security. There's 30 of us. You might take one of us down, maybe two, but you're not gonna get the other 28 of us.
Yeah, did you have to get hit 3 times before you can react?
That was a rule. We had to get hit 3 times before we could react. So if you're a security guard and you're working at the palace, you had to take 3 shots before you could come out and swing back.
See, I would just say I got hit 3 times and just start whooping ass.
Well, no one gave us a counter, but I mean, yeah, I mean, you had to get the idea was to get hit 3 times, and then you could start swinging on them.
No, it's gonna take 1 time and it's done.
I could imagine at a con. I could imagine at a con, somebody coming up to you and saying, "Imagine this." Some woman comes at you at a con and says, excuse me," like Guerrero.
Oh god, I can't stand her voice.
My husband has pictures of you on his phone from yesterday.
And
Talk to my husband. And she draws that hand back and slides it right across your cheek.
oh, I'm getting kicked out the show.
Violence. Look at you. No control. No control.
I'm gonna defend myself, and she better hope that my purse ain't by me.
Oh, you pulling out that thing? Don't pull out that thing.
No, it's not a gun. I don't like guns. I like knives.
Why
Sharp, pointy objects.
for somebody stabbing? I mean, someone slapping you, they get a knife?
No, I said if it got really out of hand.
I don't understand. I really don't understand why you would why you want to stab somebody
I don't want to.
or slap? What about slapping them
I
back?
didn't say it. I said if it got out of hand,
Well, what's out of hand?
where I feel my life is in danger.
What? What is this? What are we talking? I don't understand this woman. You- I mean,
I'm Italian. You don't mess with me.
she slapped you right across your face. You know, she told you. You know,
But I don't need a weapon at first. I know how to handle myself. You've seen that.
everybody knows how to handle something to get punched in the mouth. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I just you know, I see women. Some women get pretty
I don't slap.
Hmm?
I don't slap. Slapping is for little girls.
That's not true.
It is.
True. I've seen some grown women smack this. Well, yeah. um, I will tell you this. If I can get my camera working. Look at it. Just
Let's see if it's going to be a miracle tonight.
it might not be. It might not work.
You're scaring the camera.
I am. I am. I'm scaring the camera. Camera doesn't want to work for me. It's like, nah, you get nothing. Look at it. Oh, I want is my camera to work. All right, let's see. If
Unplug it.
what?
Unplug it.
It should work. We need to get new chairs around here.
We do. Me and you got the same chair, and they're both really squeaky.
You know how much? You know how much chairs cost?
Well, mine was free.
Well, yeah, but mine wasn't. Mine
No,
was
I remember paying for it.
yeah, mine was a couple $100 if I recall.
Yeah,
And
but I need something with cushion.
you guys hear that?
My butt hurts.
You guys hear what I had to deal with?
Hey, I need cushion for my butt. If I'm sitting here chatting, I need cushion for my butt.
Shouldn't your butt be enough cushion at some point, or no? Okay, well, anyway,
No.
So when you go to Comic-Con, sorry, I'm having all type of computer issues over here since I tried to get it on before.
Bar fights. That's the next season. Yeah.
I didn't see any of it. I'm sorry. My computer's like, nah, here.
Yeah, what is going on with your computer?
It is doing all types of stuff now. It's flashing and it's
He's
not
got
flashing.
a black screen. Like he can't see anything right now.
But I got my technical difficulty screen up there since I can't be seen on camera. Technical difficulties. I think that's cute. Anyway, yeah. Oh, someone put a laugh emoji. I want to see the laugh emoji. Brian Jermaine. Yeah, I don't know if you have when you do your shows or you do shows, if you're ever attacked, what do you do? I mean, it's only
you defend yourself.
So it's gonna happen pretty soon. Some girl's gonna say, "You showed your tiki's to my boyfriend and hurt my fifis, and I'm gonna hurt you."
Oh, your poor Fifi's. I'm sorry. Your boyfriend liked what he saw. I can't help it. I don't want your boyfriend. I'm married.
Those fighting words. And make sure you don't tell. Make sure you sell the comic to him before you tell him you don't want him. Let's see. Brian Jermaine says, so what do you guys feel is the best place to stream this from? You mean as a viewer or to do a stream? As a viewer, it's probably YouTube. Facebook tends to take stuff down.
Yeah.
And have errors. But
I'm gonna take my show off Facebook pretty soon.
Yeah.
After I get a couple episodes in, I'm gonna start taking mine off Facebook, and you're just gonna find it on YouTube and on Twitch.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then she's gonna have she's got Twitch and YouTube. Probably be the best places to watch this stream. If you were trying to stream it, trying to get into streaming, it's a lot of different avenues now you could try. Right now, Lola is using a combination of Twitch and our browser-based streaming software. So she's using a combination of both. I'm just using the browser-based software. I used to use Google Hangouts back in the day, but yeah, he says yeah, I've been watching on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook is
But
cool.
now you gotta go to YouTube and you gotta subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything that we say.
You can look up Indie Vault there, and you can actually go subscribe to us. It's awesome. I thought about putting the call-in link up, Chris. All right, Lola, but what do you think?
Go ahead. Who wants to join us?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that link up there. Is the Twitch the live source? It's one of the live sources. There are many. So he just put the join in link up there, and then I'm gonna also put in the tip jar again. If anyone wants to tip Lola,
Who
she
wants
will.
me to drink tonight? Everyone's being nice on me.
Yeah, they're a lot friendlier than they were yesterday.
Yeah, I got drunk. I'm still feeling it.
Yeah, yesterday you paid the price. The price for that. I'm so sorry.
But I have shots ready. I got 3 pretty shots waiting.
Last thing she needs is to get totally drunk on there. You know what I really think about comics? That was
Yeah,
funny.
I've had to learn how to filter myself. It's hard.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
'Cause
Do
I speak my mind a lot, and that's gotten me in a lot of trouble. So when I'm on air, I try to think about what I'm gonna say.
I don't know, man. I don't think you do. I think you're pretty mouthy.
No, in
Brian,
person, I'm a lot mouthier.
Brian, I would say that too, if you're your Twitch is a good place to go watch us at, and then you got YouTube, especially this particular show. This show will be moving to Twitch and just YouTube. I won't be on Facebook in the next couple of weeks, but Indie Vote Live will still broadcast on all those platforms for now. Anyway, we don't have any plans immediately to just go to Twitch and YouTube, but yeah, good times, good times. Now, Lola, um, a question from Indie Vote Radio. Right now, we got 413 people listening on Indie Vote Radio, which you can download Indie Vote Radio. If you have an Android phone, you can go type in Indie Vote Radio in the Google Play Store, or if you have Apple, you can look up the Streamer app, and you can type in Indie Vote Radio, and you'll find Indie Vote Radio there as well. Yep, the YouTube feed is live, Brian,
Yep.
and anywhere you might put the comments, we'll see them. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Um, you don't see them on Twitter. Yeah, we're not live on Twitter. I wish we could be live on Twitter. That would be cool. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. YouTube feed is live. The all the all the
Facebook, Twitch, we're live everywhere.
you'd probably be better off on YouTube or Twitch if you want to. I mean, plus again, we're gonna be moving from some of those platforms pretty soon. Well, from the Facebook platform for this show. It's getting too spicy. Just got to go. Now, Lola, as far as security is concerned, these conventions. Um, so do you think it's the or would you say that you said that it's the promoter's job to provide that protection and that security?
Yeah.
Okay. Being that that's the case, could a promoter then say, well, your costume's a little too sexy. I don't like it. I don't well not that I don't like it, but I think it's gonna become too problematic here at the show today. I'm gonna need you to go back in and change that, or cover up. Maybe you know. Uh, you know what?
That's their right. It's their show, so they can say if they don't want somebody to be there that's dressed in a certain way. I mean, that's just like going to a store. You can be kicked out of a store for wearing like what I'm wearing right now. I know I would get kicked out of a store.
Mhm. Except for Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart, you can get away with anything. I wore before I met you. I wore some crazy stuff.
Walmart's not gonna say anything. Um, yeah. Brian says, I just like the idea of being able to interact with you guys. Yeah, well, Brian, you're always welcome to always drop in the chats. We're always here. We're not always here. We're here usually late at night.
Tuesday nights at 9.
Mhm.
Geekgasm is Wednesday at 9 p.m. and the Breakfast Buzz is Thursdays at 9 a.m.
That's right. And then we got a new show coming too. We haven't talked about, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna
will
be
be Thursday nights, right?
Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thursday nights. Yeah, it's
So
not. It's
most
not.
of the week,
It's not even my show. It's not even my show. It's crazy. It's not fair.
you're gonna
Um,
be in the back though,
I'm
controlling the
hoping.
board.
I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I can get my part off on somebody else too. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want to hear about it the next morning, like everybody else. Like they did what?
No, you gotta control it because it gets out of hand. We don't want to be taken down completely.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I just maybe find it
You're
out
the
that
boss,
I,
except on this show.
because if I'm the boss, man, you guys are in trouble. Um, in deep trouble. Um, so you think a promoter would have the right to say, okay, you can't come in here with that costume on? I don't feel like my security should have to be burdened with looking out
Because
for you.
you're wearing body paint
And,
or everything's pretty much out.
that's the thing too. I've seen some of these cons are being advertised as family friendly events. At some point, you have to understand that girl walking around as Starfire, bless her heart, has all of her butt out, and as such, you know, uh,
Or the slave layers that don't wear any panties.
right, and this is a kid of this is a family event. There are children here. I mean, my son, has probably seen his fair share of buttock because of these. I mean, at the same time, I'm thinking he probably will see the same on the beach.
If not worse.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess at a Comic Con it's just unexpected.
No, I expect it at a Comic Con because if people are trying to emulate what their favorite character or whatever, then they're gonna dress on how that character dresses. So I expect it more at a con.
Mm.
And Rob, we don't go to the beach. I don't like sand.
Yeah, she hates sand. She really,
I
really dislikes.
I don't like sand at all.
She's kind of whack because I like sand. I like the beach, but we
I
don't
like
get
the
together.
beach, but I don't like sand.
Well, see, that bothers me. That bothers me. And I'm checking to make sure. I thought it's like a second like we had a payment, but I guess not. Okay. Thought we had a donation, but we didn't. Okay. Um,
I
yeah.
haven't seen anything.
Oh, thank goodness for you. You might get a chance to take a break.
Yeah, but then I have 3 shots.
You have to do them anyway. You have to do them off air.
Or just pour them back.
Ew. It's alcohol abuse. So Lola, I need you to do me one favor.
What's that?
While we're on the show, you have read because I mean Rob's been getting a lot of people coming after him for his book. He's been getting a lot of people coming after him saying, your book is about. I've seen somebody say it was about straight pornography. I heard someone say the other day that he was a pervert, uh, selling his book to little kids. You've read the book. Now, you and I both know Rob's never marketed Barbara Unleashed to children. He's never done that. And again, indievolt.com is to actually, inform, not to influence. And I can say, Rob has never, in my presence or online, made that book available to children. In fact, I'm pretty sure Rob has made damn sure that kids don't get that book. However, let's say this. Do you think though that um there is a market for children? Or not, let's say the children's market for comics is, in my opinion, pretty small. My son doesn't even like books aimed at his age group. He wants books. He wants the regular Marvel books. He doesn't want books aimed. He doesn't want Marvel Adventures books. I bought him Marvel Adventures. Marvel Avengers Adventures. I bought him Spider-Man Adventures. Fantastic. I bought him those books and he does not. He reads them and it's just like, okay, this is kitty trash. Where's the good stuff? And so I think that market is very small. Um, do you think that having a book like Rob's would have helped you growing up at all? You think that maybe having a book like
Yeah, I mean, I'm into some of that stuff, and I think it probably got me into trouble a couple times.
let's see here. Rob says, let's keep women in burkas until men want them as a toy. Because what men want and what they say out loud is always different. Look at the gay senators who go against gay rights. America's messed up.
America is messed up. Nobody knows what they want, especially when it comes to sex. That's just how it is.
I remember l- we did a picture for a guy, and he it was a piece of art. And we sent to the guy, and he emailed over the money, PayPal over the money, and in the comment section, he put thanks for the effing awesome picture. Well, that got us banned from PayPal.
It got me banned.
Oh
My
yeah, yeah,
personal
yeah,
PayPal, I'm banned for life
yeah.
because of that.
And I remember the guy who I talked to. He says, "Well, he had an accent." He says, "Sir, I'm in Europe, and we have a lot more favorable um outlook on sex than you guys do in America." But they have bots that crawl and look for certain words, and the minute the bot crawled and seen the word effing and picture, it put two and two together and decided that, oh, okay, yeah, there's something going on here. Um, Brian Germain said, we tried doing something at the second convention we ran, Escape Con. We marked booths with an image that were child friendly so that people could know there were also booths that weren't. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I've seen I think they do that at Space, Brian. I believe that that Bob Corby has like children's books logos on some of the tables that you know that they're that kids appropriate. Um, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem. I think that's a good idea. Um, it's also about where you put those booths at too. I mean, if you put a booth that has children's appropriate content right between two people who don't, then they're probably gonna suffer in sales.
And I think honestly, promoters should have. I mean, you got Cosplay Alley and Crafters Alley or whatever you want to call them. They should have a section for creators that do children's stuff. So the
Mhm.
parents have that choice. Well, I can take my kid down the regular aisles, or I can take my kid down the children's aisles. There should be separation. And I think one of the cons we actually went to last year did that.
Well, you
The
know,
children's aisle was like behind us a little bit.
mhm.
It was a couple aisles away from us, but
Y-
there was a children's section.
and you know they do that, and they have I've gone in Spencer's, and I'm always shocked.
I love Spencer's.
The adult novelty section of Spencer's is actually like
It's getting bigger.
yeah, it's moving toward the middle of the store. They
Yeah.
normally have it like toward the back of the store on like the wall. It's now like starting to get larger. I mean, you can see it from like the gags and gifts.
Well, when we went yesterday, when you first walked in Spencer's, if you look to the left of us by
Mhm.
the Birds of Prey stuff, they had the whips and the handcuffs and a couple other things too for Valentine's Day. Right in front, as soon as you walked in the store, there was whips and handcuffs and a couple other things, a ball and gag, a couple other things.
Okay, so is the mall no longer for children? Is the mall no longer for family shopping experience? Is that what's going on? Have we repurposed the mall for adults only?
Spencer's is not for children. It never has been.
Okay, but they are in the public like uh venue.
Yeah,
They're a venue. They
but
are in the mall. I have to walk in that mall, and I have to walk past that store on the way to Sears to get my portrait taken. Not at J.C. Penney. I'm walking in to get a photo taken or to buy the kids, some clothes for Easter. And
Spencer's does a good job of blocking their windows. Like I couldn't see it until I actually stepped into the store and I looked over.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah, it was by the Birds of Prey stuff, but still. I had to walk in the store to see this.
Right. So you think because they had to walk in the store, it should be okay. I mean, because some
Yeah.
guys do a good job of blocking off their adult material, and that's still not good enough for some people, some critics of people. It's not good enough that you put tape across those, you know, cartoon.
Well, then they just need to grow up.
Steve says, my children have no interest in comics despite my best efforts. It's just hard to compete with interactive mediums like video games. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's true, Steve.
But I mean, we started ours off when he was just learning how to read. He was reading comics. We were reading comics to him.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, he's seen me with so many of them. He thought, okay, well, I'm gonna, I'm gonna emulate that. I'm gonna copy that, and so, he still likes the video games, and the video games have kind of led him right back to comics because he wants to learn more about these characters, especially
Yeah.
with like Superman and Batman and different members of the Justice League and whatnot. The cartoons help too. Rob says kids don't want dumbed down stories. Looney Tunes was the best of both kids storytelling and adult storytelling on the same story. Parents aren't there, but things for kids it counts. Yeah. Steve says if you think there's money in the kids market, then go for it, but don't act like I'm somehow killing the industry because I'm more interested in adult subject matter or themes. Exactly. Stan
Hmm.
noticed, and the Marvel guys, they all noticed those kids who grew up reading those stories grew up, and still wanted content for us. And I don't like it when they say, "Okay, we're gonna make an adult line." Okay, I'm not asking for pornography. I'm asking for just stories that are well thought out and entertaining. Um, and don't some stories can keep going on. I notice a lot of the Marvel Adventures are the stories that are meant for children. Normally wrap up in one comic, if not two. They don't think kids are savvy enough to want to watch or to follow a story that unfolds over months. And I don't think that's true. My first one of the what wasn't the first, but it was one of the stories that I remember from a child. Batman: The Dark. Uh, was it The Dark Knight? It wasn't The Dark Knight. Oh, it was Shadow of the Bat. Uh, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It was Batman being trapped in Arkham. And I pre-bought those books because they meant so much to me as a child. And I remember going to the comic store and the corner store, going through that rack, just trying to see if the new issue would come out because I had to find out what happened to Batman. And I was young. I was no older than my 9-year-old son is now, if not a little bit younger. But I wanted to know what happens because that story said to be continued. I knew what to be continued meant. you know, I need to see what happens. So it took me 4 or 5 months to get all the books, and to be disappointed with the conclusion. What taught me another thing about comic books that they'll do this big build up, and then the end is like, no, that end is actually pretty satisfying.
See, that's why I read trades.
Yeah, you want to read the whole thing, you're disappointed in one
I
book
do.
once.
Yeah.
Rob says Amazon has great stuff. Look up
Massage. It's supposed to be massages, probably.
back massages one time for a laugh.
Yeah. If you look that up, you're not gonna find. You're gonna find more than back massagers.
Rob says, here's the thing kids don't know about sex, only adults do. It's like an adult joke told in front of kids, it goes over their heads. If you don't tell kids about it, they won't know about it. Real simple. If you point out how a woman is dressed, you're teaching kids to be ashamed of their bodies. That's a good point, Rob. That's a good point. That's a good point. And um,
Kids
my
only know what we tell them.
my 9-year-old, if he knows anything about it, it's because he learned it in school from those little perverted kids. Um, but I know that he's still fairly innocent because I make off color jokes and he doesn't get them, or he knows better than laugh. He may have me for a long con. He might be like, yeah, what you meant. I didn't say anything, you old pervert. But but he doesn't laugh, so I don't know. I think that he might just not
I
know.
mean,
But
he still asks where babies come from, and we still tell him off things.
yeah, I told him his mother showed up with him one day. Like, here
He
you
still asks all the time where babies come from. He thinks it just a baby pops up in your belly, and then you have it. He thinks it's really simple because he always asks me, "When are you gonna have another baby?" I'm like, it's not that easy. Why not?
I don't feel like putting in the work, kid. I'm tired. I got I got comics to draw. You know, you lucky you here. You know, trying to trying to chill. That is a good point though. Rob, it's a really good point you made, and we need to make sure that people are making choices when they buy these books. 'Cause I don't want to see anybody come to Comic Con and buy a book and then give it to a kid and then get mad. I've had people come to me and ask me before, hey, is your book child appropriate? And I'll tell them no, and I'll tell them it's probably rated PG-13, maybe probably more.
No, it's an R. Catharsis is R.
And I have people buy it for the kids. I had people still buy the book for the children. They're like, okay, I'll buy it. I've never had people get mad at me for something that wasn't, that they thought the book was a little too much. I have had people get mad at me because, and you guys will laugh at this, and I think Lola was there for this. I had a guy get mad at me because he said there were too many white people on my cover of my book.
No, I was not there.
He said there were too many white people on my book, and as a Black creator, I should have had some Black characters on the book. And there are Black characters in the book, but on this particular cover, there are none. And he didn't like that. He gave me an earful. He said, you're supposed to showcase the Black characters because we don't get that. We don't get that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it just so happens that every main character in Catharsis is white. It wasn't purposeful. It was
we have other stories where the main character is Black.
Yeah, we have Blacks, Asians, I mean, Native Americans, just all over. But for Catharsis, the characters happen to all be, they all happen to be all white, and it's okay. It is what it is. I'm not trying to make a political statement there, but it's just I don't think that should be hindered by what type of story I want to tell. You're not.
Race should not be an issue when creating a comic.
Yeah, you can't tell that story. You're not white. What? It's a fictional story. I'm just creating a fictional situation. I'm not that character, thank God. I think I remember making a joke with you, having to live inside that character, having to live with that character in my brain for a couple months was really bad. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of see what some of these actors talk about when they say they have to live with a character. I remember I forget which actor they said he said even after he was finished with the role, that character was still in his head for months, and he couldn't shake that character, and it kind of freaked me out because it was like, oh, man, I don't, and as a comic book creator, yeah, sometimes if you're developing these characters, they start living in your head, and the next thing you know, you've got some devious thoughts running through there. I'm pretty sure Rob must have the same thing when he's doing it because he's got into some horrible stuff too. So Lola, you've announced that you got a book coming. 2 books.
2 books. Yes.
And
I'm not saying much about them right now.
Right. You're not talking much about them right now, but they are what you would consider in the adult sphere.
Yes. They are not for kids whatsoever.
Would you? I mean, are they? I guess are they?
I'm probably gonna get harassed just like Rob.
Interesting. So you think
I'm already prepared for it?
Right, so you're preparing then. You're preparing for it.
Yes.
Is there a point where you just say maybe I don't want to do this because I'm going to get harassed, or are you?
No.
So you committed
because one of my books I'm kind of using as a way to express some feelings and some other things that I personally went through.
Right. So yours is more of a catharsis than mine.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be my story, but I'm going to put some things in there that actually happened to me. Or things that happen to people that I know.
So
but it is very adult.
You think you're gonna reach those books this year, or are you looking for next year? What are you thinking? What have you
If I can get everything going the way I want it to, I want to have them released at least by October.
both of them?
Yes.
Both books. Okay. Rob says creating is a cheap form of therapy. It is. It is. It is. I
Because
agree.
regular therapy does not work. I've been there. It does not work. They don't listen to me.
Uh, do you think that your book? You said you know you're gonna get harassed. Are you thinking you're gonna get harassed the same way as Rob, or you're gonna get harassed in a whole new way because you're a female?
Probably a little bit of both.
Hmm. And that doesn't bother you at all.
No. If people don't like what I'm putting out, just don't look at it.
Hmm. Interesting.
That's how I feel.
And these are gonna be adults only books.
Yes.
I see. I see. I see. Hmm.
But they're going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Adults.
start talking about them more once I get things moving more.
Hmm.
Right now, I'm just in the process of getting the artist and everything together. Because my first book is going to be fully self funded. My
Hmm.
second one, I'm thinking about going to crowdfunding with.
Hmm. Rob says honestly, she will be attacked worse and shamed more. Yeah.
I probably will.
Yeah. You're gonna catch hell. But
But
you,
I'm prepared for it.
yeah.
And it doesn't bother me. I
I,
mean, it is what it is. If people don't like what I'm putting out, then they don't have to look at it. It's not for everybody.
mhm. And the good thing is that you will have the backing and support of a lot of people that will tell you to keep your head up and make sure that you're, you know, taken care of and not suffering. Um, Rob says the world's messed up, and I agree with that. Rob, the world is messed up. Let's see here. So I tell you what, guys, we are going to end the show today, nice and early. Not early. We go about an hour 30 minutes. But we're going to cut it short today because I got to get up in the morning and do the breakfast buzz with Mr. Zimmerman. Um, we'll let's see here. I don't have any of my other stuff I usually put up. Well, I don't have
That's
any.
your fault. Because you're supposed to be controlling the board.
I am. I'm such a mess. I don't know. You know, I try every day to put forth a good product for you people.
It's okay. People understand.
I hope they understand. I'm trying really hard here, but some days it doesn't work. I will be able to put up. Let me see here. Oh, there's some of them. Hold on. You're listening on Indie Vote Radio, which we got to 611. Yeah, that's not that. Indie Vote TV. You should be watching it.
You should. There's lots of good stuff on there.
It is. It is. It is Indie Vote TV. It is on the Roku, and you can take it with you wherever you go. It's the over-the-top streaming network available on Roku and coming very soon to Amazon Fire Stick and more. Stream independent movies, music videos, wrestling, original documentaries, and more on Indie Vote TV. And did I mention that it is 100% free? That's right, free. I know how you look. I know you people are free. Everybody look.
Yes.
Um, you can get that. It's on Roku. I suggest you all do it. We got new content that we just put up. Uh, Cybertech from Sean, which is his animated series based on his comic book. The comic is, and the show was amazing. Sean does all the animation himself, so it's pretty cool. Check that out. Also, if you're listening on Indie Vote Live, we thank you. You can take Indie Vote with you wherever you go. Introducing Indie Vote Radio, perfect companion to our official website, indievote.com. If you're listening there too, thank you for listening there as well. Indie Vote Radio plays the best in indie music, entertainment, news, and more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Hear music from talent like Chemical, Park Squares and Alleys, And Dims One. Download the Indie Vote Radio app on Android's Google Play Store or listen in with the streaming app on iOS. You can also check out Indie Vote Radio by visiting our official site, indievote.com, and utilizing the built-in player right there on the front page. I think Lola actually had Indie Vote.
I don't know if you guys can see it. My
I'll bring it up.
latest.
There you go.
It's there.
Yeah, there's the Indie Vote Radio app.
You can't really see it because of the light. I'm sorry, guys, but
Oh,
there are a lot of good songs on here.
Steve said, I wish you lived in a world where we could just create and not have to answer the crowd for our thought crimes. I've even had ideas where I've had to ask myself, am I even allowed to tell this story? Yes, Steve. You know what? I'll talk about that tomorrow on Indie Vote.
You can tell any story you want to.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Go for it.
You can, but keep in mind that we're living in an environment where you're gonna be held accountable for that. Someone's gonna say, "Hey, you told this story and we don't like it, and therefore we don't like you," and that's sad. That's sad.
It is.
Everyone, thank you for watching Geekgasm.
Thank you guys
Lola,
for all the support.
Lola will be back. She thanks you for not making a drink.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
But I do like the tips. I'm using the tips to actually fund my books.
Yeah.
So the tips do go for a good reason.
That's awesome. Okay, Lola, we will see you next week here Wednesday at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
All right, for more Geekgasm, and then you will see me tomorrow for the Indie Vote Breakfast Buzz. Until then, I am very September.
And I'm Lola.
Good night, Brian.
Good night, Brian.
Everybody, have a good night. We will see you all very soon.